This is He Knows His Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. I gotta respect Bob Meyer, man, from the Golden State Warriors, the GM. Bob Myers, that is. That man sat there and cried, man, like a baby when he was talking about Kevin Durant. When that man cried, man, I felt that man's soul. Because he knew everybody around that Golden State Warriors organization understood they fucked up. They knew it. Thank goodness Kevin Durant had successful Achilles injury surgery, right? But still, he knows in the back of his mind, I owe that boy. So shout outs to D. Jefferson, Speaking Mind Sports Talk. It's good, bro. It shows me growth. It shows me that you're a man of yours because you're able to eat your crow. I appreciate that because this is stuff I'm talking about, man. When you got a platform and you have great power comes great responsibility. That Spider-Man term, man. With great power comes great responsibility. And you know when you say something slide to the mouth and it was erroneous. Because remember what I told you guys. The truth cannot be argued upon. It can only be agreed upon. Anyone that argues against the truth, they are in what I call error. They're in what we call the erroneous way. Because truth reveals errors. It's not the other way around. Errors can't reveal truth because truth supersedes errors. Let me say that again. The truth reveals errors. Errors can't reveal truth because the truth supersedes errors. That's just the way it works. Because in the truth, there's no lies. There's no bias filled in the bone of the truth. The truth is what you see is what you get. This is what it is. And it can be proven. And it can be backed up. Because there's nothing but facts associated with the truth. Kevin Durant didn't need to go out there in Game 5 and lay his body on the line for folks to understand that the man was not soft. His fiber and his DNA, the way that he plays the game, shows you that. Kevin Durant is a very misunderstood individual. Man, when Bob Myers said that, even my soul cringed for a second, man. Because I understood the magnitudes and the full weight and the full gravity of what that terminology means. Because I've been misunderstood all my life, man. That's why I empathize. I sympathize with those that are like that. Because I see my reflection in those individuals. But let me tell you something, man. When you're misunderstood and you're mischaracterized on that level, what it does is it creates an animal, man. It creates a beast. Because with time, you're not going to learn it at the infancy stage. You can trust me. You're going to make some mistakes and you're going to feel it. When people mischaracterize your ass and they misunderstand your ass, at first, at the baby stage, you're going to feel it. You're going to make mistakes because you're going to be like, man, why do people not understand me? Why am I an enigma? Sometimes that shit might even make you cry because you can't get it. But here's the thing that happens with time. It's called resiliency. You becoming a resilient individual. And see, you turn into a beast and an animal because your resiliency gets stronger and stronger each and every experience and each and every time. And once you become to that level where there's no coming back and that resiliency is on 100,000 and trillion level, because I understand that level. No one can take you off. No one can steer you off track because you've now become your own greatest critic. And if you've become your own greatest critic, it doesn't matter what critiques anyone has to say. I told you guys, when you win the highest order in basketball, the highest award, the finals MVP, that and soft can't go hand in hand. It takes a severe-minded, it takes a strong-minded and a strong-willed individual to will his team to win the finals. Mind you, and then win the finals MVP on that. There's nothing soft associated with that. But again, Kevin Durant is the most misunderstood individual. So this is why this is a hats off video to Bob Myers, because he understood that, man. He was in that moment. He's been around Kevin Durant. And if I'm Bob Myers and I'm the Golden State Warriors, the best thing you could do right now is throw a fat contract his way. He deserves it. And see people that sat here and said, oh, Kevin Durant is no longer the alpha dog. a la Stephen A. Smith, right? That's why I said media zealots, Max Kellerman. Oh, he messed himself up. But we just got information that 3 other teams were interested in Kevin Durant. Talk about blessings on top of blessings on top of blessings. You know why? Because Kevin Durant put himself out there as the true alpha dog that he is on that team, as the leader of the team. Because remember, when you're the leader, you have to set the tone. You have to set the example. So I hope, no, I know now no one's running with that narrative that Kevin Durant is no longer soft. I think we've moved past that. We've gotten that. We get it. I've gotten it, but y'all needed to get it. For those who didn't get it, I think we understand that now. I think that has been cleared, and I think that has been put out there, and it's been completely debunked. So it is what it is. But the truth of the fact of the matter is this, folks. Bob Myers had that contract ready. Because let me tell you something. Those 3 teams that are interested are sending a message. And the message that they're sending, which is loud and clear, is that, hey, we still going to get this guy a max contract. We don't mind that he's going to sit out a year because, remember, Achilles injury takes minimum 12 months for you to sit out. We don't mind that, but we're still going to give him a contract nevertheless because we understand that he's an over-the-top player. And we know that just having him is going to put our team in prime position to win. So if I'm the Golden State Warriors, I'm actually throwing a few more M's on top of those M's that I was going to throw on him. Because not only did he show his heart, he showed his true character. And I think the Golden State Warriors organization understand that. They rushed him. That's why Bob Myers felt that. Anyone that's sitting here shitting on Bob Myers and the Golden State Warriors, I'm not going to shit on them. Because they were going by medical advice and they thought he was ready to go. And Kevin Durant, being the player that he is, of the highest order, he was probably pushing it too because he loves the game of basketball. He wanted to play. And you can't fault a player that wants to go out there and put his life on the line and lay it out for his team. Now, are we going to sit here and continue to say he's soft? Are we going to continue to sit here and say he's a cupcake? Because if we're going to keep running this narrative and we're going to keep saying that, then it's going to show how insecure and miserable as fuck that you are as an individual and how much of a hater and troll that you are. Because at this point, Kevin Durant put all that bullshit to bed. Should have been put to bed, but it's put to bed now. Bob Myers, hats off to you, man. I believe what you said was sincere. Because when you see a grown man get to that screeching of the voice, and they start talking, and they get to that crying, trust me, that shit is sincere, man. You can't fabricate that kind of crying. Even if you tried, you can't. The man couldn't continue to finish his words. And he strikes me as a person that's confident in himself. He couldn't do it. Because in his mind, he takes, and then this is what I like. When people understand that they fucked up and they say it. The man ate crow. He said, I take the blame. Do you understand the measure of manhood that it takes for a man to do that? Femboys and beta boys don't understand that. They can't. They can never get it. Real men get it because they understand what that feels like. It's okay when you fuck up to say that you were wrong, man, because you're not going to always be right. And even though the medical advice and everything said he's ready to go, there was probably something in the back of Bob Myers' mind that said he may not be ready to go. Let's shut it down. He could have superseded. He could have went to Joe Lacob and be like, nah, let's just shut him down. Let's wait till next year. But he did it because he went with medical advice. And I think the reason why you saw that he cried is because what you saw was a contradiction of what everyone in the organization was telling him versus what his gut check was telling him. His gut was telling him something different. And because he didn't go with his gut, because remember, when you don't go with what your gut is telling you, a lot of times you're going to have a propensity to make the wrong decision. You're going to do what's wrong. You're not going to do what's in the best interest. It's gut check. That's why they call it your gut. That's why they call it your conscience. That's why they call it the inward parts for a reason. Because a lot of times it's trying to steer you into the right direction. And that crying that you see that Bob Myers did is because he went against his gut. Because I believe his gut was telling him he wasn't ready. But all I want to see now at this point is the Golden State Warriors roll out the red carpet and hand that man that fat fucking contract. And I think because of all of the series of events that happened, Kevin Durant may re-sign with the Golden State Warriors. I don't know. I'm not in Kevin Durant's camp. I'm not in his head. I'm a firm proponent that you kind of have to wait until all of the facts come out before you can make some kind of assumption or some kind of, determination. Me, I don't like doing assumptions. I like to make determinations or final wordings on stuff because I like to let all the facts come out. I'm not in Kevin Durant's camp. I don't know what he's going to do. But what I do know is because of the way that the Golden State Warriors corralled around him and the love that they showed him, that is going to help in his decision making. That I could at least say that. And if they throw a few more M's and they show the man the truest and most properest respect that he deserves, then we're talking about a team here. And this narrative about if LeBron James gives Anthony Davis, they're going to win the championship in 2020, I'll talk about that in another video. That's bullshit right there, man. Because that Golden State Warriors team, even without Kevin Durant, is better than a Lakers team that just has LeBron and Anthony Davis. They can't compete. What the fuck are people talking about here, man? Higgity hush with that nonsense. But Bob Myers, you get the biggest salute of the damn day. Kevin Durant, don't worry about it, bro. You're going to come back bigger, stronger, and better. Because if nobody got your back, I got your back. This is He Knows the Sport. Checking out.